right, man. I've been reading on Twitter, and you got these different people. So many people in the NBA. It's so many people in spaces, regardless, on the internet who have opinions, who shouldn't even have microphones to have opinions. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, you got a lot of people. You got a lot of people who don't know nothing about basketball. You know what I'm saying? And they have opinions. And these are the same people that you're arguing with who never seen a lot of these guys play. Well, or you know, he wasn't efficient. You know what I'm saying? Or he only shot this or that. They try to pretty much try to say, oh, today it's better because it's not better basketball. And now we have a lot of people talking about how physical the Pistons were with Wembanyama, or the Thunder get away with calls, or the game is too physical. And my thing is this, to keep it real. It's a sport. It's a sport. You know, people got to understand it's a sport. And I think a lot of people don't understand a sport is supposed to be physical. A sport is supposed to be physical. That's what y'all don't understand. A sport is supposed to be physical. It's not supposed to be touch fouls. It's not supposed to be oh, I run into you, you bump me, it's a foul. It's not. That's not played that way. It's an actual. It's supposed to be physical. It's supposed to be bumping. It's supposed to be fouling. It's supposed to be physical. It's supposed to be physical. And now when you play today, you got a lot of people talking about, well, you're playing jailhouse ball. It's a sport. It's a sport. So I'm not sure if this is the exact video I'm looking for, but let's go.
What's that trainer name?
He can shoot the
ball.
He
can shoot. So he thought because he could shoot, he was good.
It's a lot of people that
I'm getting ready to leave the gym. He's like, somebody was like, hey man, Joe, think you could be laying one-on-one?
Oh no.
He was like, yeah.
Oh,
I'm getting ready to leave. I say, what? Caleb right there with him. I gotta take them home. I put my gear back on.
Back on. Back on. Wet than a motherfucker. Yes.
I bust his lip, blacked his eye,
As you
probably
should.
loosened teeth, and murdered
You
him.
had to go to the dentist after it.
He was like, this isn't basketball. I said, yes, it is. I said, this is how we play.
Yeah.
Physical.
I got scared, bro.
And you heard him. He said that's how we play when it was a sport. The acronym for the NBA used to be NBA was no boys allowed. That was what the sport was based off of. Now they've softened the sport so the Europeans can be able to handle the physicality. So this is when you get into the debates on the 520 podcast where you got, people like Marcus Teague says no way that Shaq can guard Nikola Jokic. It's lack of knowledge, bro. It's lack of understanding. It's lack of, oh man, he would cook Hakeem Olajuwon. Like, bro, they not playing this. It's not the same sport. To be honest, this isn't even a sport. This is actors and actresses. Because some of them dudes on the court are straight females. These are actors and actresses. As y'all hear my dogs just randomly drinking water in the back. But these are actresses and actors. And that's the whole thing. And the whole thing about the Thunder, before I carry on, and the Thunder talking about, they getting calls. They're the world champs. They're the world champs. They've earned the right to get the benefit of the whistle. They've earned the right to do the things that they deserve. They deserve. They deserve the right to get some of them calls their way, because when they wasn't winning and not getting those calls, that when they wasn't winning, they wasn't getting those calls. So they earn the right to get them calls. They earn the right to be a little bit more handsy. They earn the right to be more physical. But then what you have is you have a lot of players saying, well, it's not fair. It's not. You got to earn the right. You got to earn the right. And to cry about how physical it is, it's a sport. It's a sport. It's supposed to be banging, bumping, elbowing. It's supposed to be emotions. It's supposed to be physicality. It's supposed to be shit talking. It's supposed to be grinding. Too much have they trying to pander to an audience to be a child-friendly, PG or G-rated television program. It's not that. That's not what ball is meant to be. And as much censorship has they put into the NBA, and I haven't seen Wemby complain. I like Wemby a lot. As much censorship they put in the NBA, or as much censorship they did in the world, these are still the most belligerent, stupid, ignorant ass children, you know, and it still is. So all the censorship, what is it doing? This is a sport. This is physicality. This is a grind. It ain't where you bump into somebody. That's not a foul. If you run into a guy, that's not a foul. You need to stop calling that. If you pump fake and jump into a guy, that's not a foul. They need to be scratched. They need to be bowled. They need to be boxed out and bumped out. The chair need to be pulled. You want to stop flopping? You want to stop all these unnecessary breaks in the action by calling a foul and getting free throws? It should be physical. It's a sport. It's a sport. It's a sport. And they make y'all think it's supposed to be pretty and y'all little Jerry curls and wear y'all purses and wear y'all earrings in the right ear like y'all backdoor. It's not that. This is a man's league. And they've literally made it an actors and actress league, man. And that's just a fact. Michael got beat up and he had to get stronger and he had to endure. And then he said he wanted to administer the pain. He wants to administer pain. You know, and you go play, oh, you hack, you all this, oh, you foul. And it's not fouls. 70% of what I see in the NBA that they consider fouls and flagrant fouls, and it's not fouls. Hate to admit it, it's not fouls. It's not fouls. Hate to say it to y'all. That's when they go to international play, they start crying. And they start crying for touch fouls and bump foul. But this is the second part of the video I wanted to get into. And I'm using 8 clips, man. I'm a Ben Lindsay Hunter fan. I remember when he first got to Detroit. Come on, let's go.
Hardaway.
Oh,
I'm taking Chris Paul.
I'm taking Chris Paul.
You gonna take Chris Paul over Penny
They
Hardaway?
didn't get to see him.
I'm taking Chris
Bro,
Paul.
Chris Paul is a point
He's a
guard,
top
man.
5 point guard of all. He's a
and I know this is
guard.
a
Are you saying this?
hypothetical.
We had never seen a
I know
player.
this is a hypothetical.
Statistically,
I know this is a hypothetical. Look at Tim.
are you screaming statistics when you say that?
I'm just talking about looking at their game. I'm looking at Chris Paul game. I'm looking at Penny's game. I'm taking Chris Paul and I'm standing on it.
I don't
Y'all
know.
have good. You gonna say Chris Paul
Over Penny. I am.
You better be lucky white people are in. I see y'all later. Oh, Brent, thank you. I see y'all later.
Chris
We ain't
Paul,
got no
top
alcohol
5.
in here, man.
Chris Paul, top 5.
We not sponsored by Hennessy. You over there?
Chris Paul is top 5 all time.
He top 5, bro. Let me say this. He said he's just going off looking at their game. He don't know shit about basketball. He don't know shit about. I don't know who he is. He don't know nothing about basketball. If anybody look at Penny Hardaway prime, and it was short lived. He's talking about career. Obviously, Chris Paul had a better career. But if you're talking about Penny at the peak of his powers and Chris Paul, it ain't no comparison. Penny Hardaway is 100 times better than Chris Paul. Ain't no comparison. It's nothing that Chris Paul did better than Penny Hardaway. He couldn't guard better than Penny, didn't dribble better than Penny. Maybe he shot enough shoot better than Penny, but other than that, that's it. Penny was the only dude, Michael Jordan was the only dude, only other shoe Michael Jordan wore was Penny Hardaway shoes. No, in no shape, way, fashion outside of statistics is Penny Hardaway even close to Chris Paul. But these are the type of dudes you get to having conversations with. I was having a conversation at a bonfire last year about Kobe. And the dude was like, well, I need to go back and watch Michael Jordan. I'm just like, bro, these are the conversations that you have, and dudes don't have knowledge. These are the dudes, these the same people when they do those, oh, who is this celebrity? They didn't know who Nelly was, or they didn't know who L. These are the people you arguing with about music. Ignorance. That's an ignorant statement. Anybody that know basketball, it's no comparison. They worlds apart. And if you're talking about top 5 point guard, so legitimately, Magic, Isaiah, Oscar Robertson, John Stockton, Jason Kidd, just 5 off the top that I consider better than Chris Paul. I put Steve Nash over Chris Paul as a point guard. And if you're really getting into it and really talking about guys that really should be considered point guards, LeBron is really a true point guard just playing point forward. Scotty is a better player. It's point guard playing point forward, at least Scotty that was with Chicago. Those are some guys that, you know, they don't consider as point guards that I consider as point forwards that was probably had better careers than Chris Paul and was better players. I'm not saying Chris Paul was an amazing talent. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't no top 5 point guard. Respectfully, he's not top 5. He's not better than Kidd. He's not better than Stockton, not better than Oscar, not better than Magic, not better than Isaiah. And I don't consider guys like Steph Curry, SGA, Russell Westbrook. I don't consider them point guards. So don't keep. I've been on that hill forever. It's just because you play the point guard position don't make you a point guard. Like legit point guards, Chris Paul's a legit point guard. Rajon Rondo, legit point guard. Chauncey Billups with Detroit, he grew into a legit point guard. Those are legitimate point guards. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a bean. Gilbert Arenas was a 2-guard playing the 1. He ain't got a point guard bone in his fucking body. SGA is a shooting guard playing the 2. Jalen Brunson is a shooting guard playing the 2. Luka a shooting guard playing the 1. Brunson is a shooting guard playing the 1. Care nothing about the little assists they getting. It's about being a floor general. Penny Hardaway is not even a comparison, but it's a bunch of motherfuckers who wasn't alive, who don't know nothing about the history, don't go study. If he said he looked at their games and he picked Chris Paul, he's smoking cock sideways. And this is the type of dudes who got a Twitch or they got a platform and they claim to know the NBA and they don't know absolutely nothing. They cannot tell you some of the greatest teams in NBA history. 84, 85 Celtics. They couldn't tell you. You know what I'm saying? All they know is a Jordan number. Bad boys. Showtime Lakers. Even the teams that didn't win it, them hard-nosed Heat teams in the 90s, the hard-nosed Knicks teams in the 90s. You feel me? The Jailblazers, the Sacramento Kings teams that didn't make it. The lockout year with Tim Duncan and won their first championship. That was the end of Patrick Ewing right there. He was old at that point. Didn't know the Knicks went to 2 finals in the 90s. Didn't know, Hakeem Olajuwon and Michael Jordan had two of the all-time great individual seasons you ever see. It depends on how you feel. I feel like Hakeem's is better. Finals MVP, NBA MVP, NBA Defensive Player of the Year, all-team NBA, first team, all-team defense, both of them. Michael Jordan, he had a season, I think it was an 86, 87 season, one of them. He had a season in which he was the MVP of the league. He was MVP of the All-Star game, Defensive Player of the Year, won the Slam Dunk Champion, first team All-NBA, first team All-Defensive Team NBA. He did that in 1 year. 1 season. People say, oh, he really did that? No shit. No shit. Niggas, Kobe scored 82 points, 81 points, 81 points. That's all they talk about. Shit, recent memory. Most people don't even know Scott Skiles still got the most assists in the game in NBA history. I still believe Kerry Kittle still hold the most steals in the NBA game. Don't even know. John Stockton got the most assists in NBA history, and it would never be caught. It would never be caught. Chris Paul would have to play like another 10 years or 5 seasons and average 15 assists to catch that record. And look how long Chris Paul played. These are the people you're having conversations with, bro. I was one of the fortunate people that grew up in the golden era of the NBA, the 90s and the early 2000s. I grew up in that era. I've seen the shift. I remember when the NBA was when it was on TBS, on NBC, they would put their belt to ass to the NFL on Sundays. They had no respect for the NFL. You would have games all day on NBC. You would have hang time. You had these basketball TV shows inside, and then you had a mob side inside the stuff NBA, and then they would roll into a triple header. All day on NBC, they had basketball. They didn't bow down to the NFL and let the NFL have Sundays. But they had Michael Jordan. It would be games on primetime games all day, Saturday and Sundays. That was worth league pass when you had real talent in the NBA. You had real talent in the NBA. You know, if McDyson hurt his knee, he would have went down as one of the best. Sean Kemp, Chris Paul, Brad Daughtry, Mark Price, forgotten guys like rest in peace to Malik Sealy, Deadlift Shrimp, Tom Gugliotta. They had white boys that can hoop too. Ronnie, Tom Chambers, Kevin Johnson, David Wesley, Bobby Phil. It was hoopers everywhere. Every team was solid. Alonzo Mourning, Chris Childs, Charlie Ward. I can go on and on and on and on and continue to name dudes. Scott Skiles, Nick Anderson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Vernon Maxwell, Otis Thorpe. He played in Houston and he played out here in Detroit. Bison Daly, rest in peace to him. Terry Mills, Detroit player. Derek Coleman, Detroit legend. Chris Webber, Juwan Howard. I mean, you can just go on and on. Rod Strickland. Eric Snow went to Michigan State. We can go on and on about some of the greatest hoopers that people tend to forget about and don't remember. Real talk. So when we continue to have these conversations, dog, a lot of y'all don't know nothing, bro. Y'all shouldn't even be speaking. Chris Mullin, Tim Hardaway seniors you see in the video. Run TMC, Mitch Richmond, Doug Christie, not just coaching, Doug Christie, the hooper, put hands on you. Bobby Jackson coming off the bench for them. White Chocolate, Jason Williams, that was on trial for something happening at his crib, the one out there in Jersey. Bro, we had real hoopers, bro. And the NBA was worth watching. This shit they got on today is ass. But hit the link in the description. Say, find me everywhere. You can find me everywhere. X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. It's too many, no offense to him, but it's too many motherfuckers like dog on the screen who got a microphone who don't know what the fuck they talking about.